What's Santa's favourite pizza? Deep pan, crisp and even. It's comedy gold, this. Listen, you've not paid for anything here. You know what I mean? Listen, I've just thought, do you like that? That was good, that. Listen, well, it's great to see you at our nativity, and I appreciate all the church being here this morning. I just want to talk to you for a few minutes about something that the kind of media tells us that we should be pursuing. We should be pursuing something called a perfect Christmas. We took the trustees out for a meal to bribe them for the next 12 months. No, joking, just to bless them for the next 12 months. And we took them out on Monday night. And as I was driving there, I saw it in a shop window as I was going, this sign, how to have a perfect Christmas. And I don't know about you, but I'm 58 and I've been trying to have a perfect Christmas. And I've had 58 and we've kind of never really got the perfect Christmas. So I've redefined Christmas. I'm not looking for a perfect Christmas. I'd be quite happy with an okay Christmas. What would a perfect Christmas look like for you? So let's just put this on. If we can get it on, thanks, Nomi. I mean, I just want you to think this morning, in all the chaos of your world, I just want you to think, if you sat on that settee there, listening to Michael Bublé Christmas album, everything's wrapped, all the kids are in bed, you sat there with your glass of Prosecco, sorry, Schlur, and we're Christians, and you sat there, and surely that would be a perfect Christmas. But the thing is, I know where you live, and I know where I live, and Christmas in our house is not so much like that, but probably a bit more like this. I don't know about. I think that's more a depiction of how an okay Christmas looks like, not a perfect Christmas. So it got me thinking about this thing about a perfect Christmas, an okay Christmas. And I've decided I don't really want a perfect Christmas because I can't have it. But I don't want just an okay Christmas. I don't want a Christmas where it's just okay. The turkey's okay. Everything's okay. My presents are okay. What I give's okay. I want something better than that. So looking for a perfect Christmas that we can't have, I don't want an okay Christmas. I'd love to have a real Christmas. A real Christmas. Now, there are two kinds of people in this room. There are people that have real Christmas trees, and there are people that have artificial Christmas trees. Now, we're going to find out who you are. So if you are one of these people that said, I'm a real Christmas tree person, proudly put your hand up in the air. You're a real Christmas tree. Oh, we've got a few. Okay. Put your hands down. If you're an artificial, plastic, made in Taiwan Christmas. Oh, okay. Hands down. So John Young, you a real Christmas man. Come out. And I want somebody to represent the artificial. Who put their hand up for artificial Christmases? Luke, did you put your hand up? Somebody put their hand up. Who wants to represent artificial? Matt, you were artificial Christmas. We've seen your house. It's tacky. Get up here. I'm joking. I'm joking, Judith. Okay. So we've got reality, real Christmas tree, fake, tacky Christmas. So I want you to do, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and you've got to extol the virtues of a real Christmas tree against the tack. And then, Matt, you have got to have 30 seconds to extol the tack against the real Christmas tree where all your needles are in the carpet forever. Okay, so we'll start with Mr. John. You're chewing in church, mate. Swallow it, swallow it, swallow it. Swallow it, quick. School. Fingers on lips. Did you manage that? All right, John, you've got 40 seconds. Go.
So it's the whole experience. So we go as a family, we take the axe, we go into a field, and we wade through the snow, and we find our tree, Clark Griswold style, and we go and get the tree, we squeeze it into the car. Joe sort of sits here, and the tree's over her ear and sticking out the window, but it's huge. And then we have to, it's the fun of manoeuvring it into the house. and then cutting it and then having to cut the top off because it's too big. But it's all the fun of doing it. And then we decorate it. I decorate it. Then Joe takes my decorations off and decorates it herself. But the best thing is you come down in the morning and the smell of the Christmas tree in the morning is just makes it all worthwhile.
That was a party political broadcast on behalf of the Christmas Tree Company, Astley Bridge. Okay, that was okay, John. You were pretty convincing then. Other than you said you went in there and chopped it. No, you weren't. Okay, Matt, you're representing TAT.
So first and foremost, everybody knows that real trees just cause real arguments. So every year you choose your real tree, you'll have to find the perfect tree. It takes time, it takes forever, and inevitably you're going to have an argument. John told me yesterday, actually, that him and Joe have literally just been like, they're still not really speaking. But the thing with, I'd like to say fake, but the thing with an artificial tree is you buy once and you buy for life. A Christmas tree is not just for Christmas. A Christmas tree is for life. So really, well, so, yeah, but you're killing things, John. Every year, you're killing something else. We need trees, and you're killing them. Just...
Okay, Matt, that was good. I loved it, but Matt went straight through. You only buy it once, and you get 20 years. We know, and John. So, did anybody, with these two very convincing, did anybody feel like, I've changed my mind? So, hands up if you're still going to be a real Christmas tree person. Thank you, John. Hands up if you're still going to stick with the tack.
Look at the numbers.
Well, okay, the people have spoken. We're a church full of tat. Brilliant. Okay, just 5 minutes. Listen, give me 5 minutes. A real Christmas, what do we mean? What is a real Christmas? If we can't have a perfect Christmas and we don't want an okay Christmas, what is a real Christmas? What are the ingredients of a real Christmas? Because every decoration we have's going back in the loft. Every turkey we eat, it goes from turkey on Christmas Day, and then it's turkey butties in the evening, and then the day after it's sliced on the buffet, and then 4 days later it's turkey curry, and then it's in the bin. So everything that we can attach to Christmas is going to leave us and go. So I want to give you 3 ingredients that I think make not a perfect Christmas and not an okay Christmas, but a real Christmas. And I'm going to say these things really quickly because I want you to make sure you've put these ingredients in the madness of what is your Christmas and my Christmas. A real Christmas needs, number 1, reflection. And you may say, well, we've got kids. There's no chance of any reflection. You and me as Christians and as Christian parents and grandparents, our job in the midst of the chaos is to make sure there's reflection on the truth. This isn't about the stuff. This is about the child. Now, all the stuff's great and everything like that. We're a 4 at King's, and next week we'll have Santa's grotto and mince pies and all the kind of celebration, and Christmas Eve we'll have the Christmas jumpers. But if that becomes a distraction to the main truth of this, Jesus Christ came into the world. This is not the winter festival, because we're not pagans. This is not some kind of midsummer, midwinter break. I don't care what Bolton Council say. This is Christmas. It's about a child. And it's about a baby that became a man that died a death for you and me. So make sure in all the there's a time of reflection. Get 5 minutes just over the festive period where you can get on your own and just think about that. Veiled in flesh, the Godhead see. Hail the incarnate deity. The fact is that God, how incredible is this? That's better than getting a Rolex. God came into the world because he loved you. There is no better gift than understanding that God came into the world. So make sure there's reflection. Secondly, make sure there's celebration. You probably sensed this morning at King's, we like a celebration. We like enjoying stuff. We love celebrating, but we're celebrating the very thing that hope has come. I was talking to our staff on Wednesday morning about when you watch the news. I mean, you don't have to get depressed. Just watch the news. The news, it's a constant diatribe of all kinds of negativity that sometimes can overwhelm us and fill our soul. But at this time of year, we have something to celebrate. I was talking to somebody in the gym the other day, and they were telling me that at this time of year, it's bad memories for their family and all kinds of stuff, so they won't be celebrating Christmas. We've got wars around the world. We put the news on and we see what's happening in the Middle East, and then we see what's happening in the Ukraine. We see what's happening in so many people's world, and then you throw in a credit crisis, and then you throw cost of living. All this, what's there to celebrate? What are we celebrating? In the midst of all this confusion, the fact that God came into the world. You know why we're looking for a perfect Christmas? Because it doesn't exist. Because the Christmas we saw was a woman having a baby. I've only ever seen one woman have two babies, and it's my wife. And I have no desire to see a woman have a baby again. Well, you know what I found out this? I could put loads of description on it, but it was messy. Let's just leave it there. It was messy. It was complex. It wasn't somebody, Georgina on the table as she was giving birth to our two, she wasn't singing. She wasn't going, away in, contraction, away in. No, there was no singing. There was no singing. There was no angelic visitation. There was the anaesthetist that came in looking like Darth Vader. It was chaos, and I'm running around sweating, wondering, what do I do? Push, hold a hand, mop a brow. What do I do? It was chaos. And the first Christmas was chaos. So if your house is chaos this Christmas, you're in good company, because the very first Christmas was chaos too. There is no such thing as a perfect Christmas, because there's no such thing as a perfect world, and there's no such thing as a perfect family. It's chaos, but in the midst of the chaos, there was hope. That this little child, hope, came into the world. Hope came through the womb of a woman. Hope was born 2,000 years ago in an imperfect Christmas. Not even an okay Christmas, an imperfect Christmas. Hope came into the world. And dear people, this morning, make sure in the midst of all your Christmas is hope. The fact is that Jesus is alive. The fact is that Christians are not some religious nutters on the sideline of society, but actually Jesus is alive, and he desperately wants to have a relationship with you. Listen, let me say this. You're not a Christian because you were born in England. That makes you English. You're not a Christian because you went to Canon Slade. That just makes you posh. You're not a Christian because your grandma played the organ at the Methodist church at the end of the road. That just makes you a nerd. You're only a Christian if you have come to that place in your life where you have personally given your life to. I don't care what you've done. I don't care who you are. And I don't care where you live. If you have not had an encounter with God, you may be a good person, a moral person, a kind person, but Jesus didn't come to make you moral. He didn't come to make you a bit better than your neighbor. He came to transform your world forever. And the Christian message bugs people because it's countercultural. And it doesn't say you're okay without him. It says, no, you're lost. Put in breakneck language, you're screwed without God. Now, you can make it look good. And you can have a nice car on the drive, and you can holiday in nice places, and you can go on a cruise, and you can do all the kinds of stuff. But you know, it's just masking. It's masking the fact that without God, this world is a mess. And without God, it ain't getting any better. And you can put any politician on this platform, and any philosopher on this platform, and any guru on this platform, and they can give you their opinion. But the hope of the world is still a baby. So we've got something to celebrate. So come next week, morning and night, one of your both services is going to be a celebration. The hope is here. And thirdly and finally, I think an ingredient of Christmas has got to be gratitude. You know, one of the songs we sang this morning, and I didn't know what song we're singing, is this. You've been so, so good to me. You've been so, so good to me. I said at our staff meeting on Wednesday, and I'll say it again in here today, everybody in this room is in the top 1% of earners that have ever lived on planet Earth. You've made it. You've got Willy Wonka's ticket. You're in the top 1%. Because we've got a home, and we've got food, we've got family, we've got a house. You've been so, so good to me. Can you say that with meaning? To look back on your journey and say, God, you know what? It's not been perfect. A lot of it's not been even okay. But I'm standing here today, Christmas 2023, and this is what I'm saying, God. God, you've been so, so good to me. Regardless of what's under the tree, you've been so, so good to me. Regardless of all the stuff that the world says makes a perfect Christmas, you've been so, so good to me. And Christmas morning when we get up, and our son's coming home, and the kids are coming home, and me and Georgina will get up, and I know what's under the tree because I'm a prophet. Because I get it right every year. Socks, licorice all sorts, chocolate Brazils. I get it right every year. I'm so good. What's under the tree? What's in the box? God, sack it all. You've been so good to me. And if we can put these three things in the midst of our world, reflection, celebration, and gratitude, you've been so good to me. And next week as we celebrate, and all the things that we're going to do at church to put Jesus right at the center of Christmas. For all these children, yeah, we want them to get their gifts and all that kind of stuff. But you know, these kids we saw this morning, the gifts aren't going to keep them when life screws them over, and it will. All these kids are going to have to face secondary school and the complexity of living in a world that is so complex. And what can we give them? Let's give them a Nintendo. No, let's not. Let's give them a motorbike. No, because if you'd have asked me, and I'm preaching about this next week, what I wanted at 13, I wanted a Kawasaki 125. You know what I got? You'll have to wait for next Sunday's message. But I did not get a Kawasaki 125. Well, all these kids, and we're looking at them, but you know, they're not going to be kids very long. They're going to be at secondary school, and then they're going to wave goodbye if they go to university, and then they're going to navigate the complexity of life. What can we give them? What can our blessing be to put Jesus right in the middle of everything? Because when their trials come, you won't be there. That's why at Kings, kids and youth, it's a big deal. Because if we can't get Jesus in these now, the world will tear them apart, confuse them about who they are and what they are. What a Christmas. Reflection, celebration, and gratitude. And I hope if we can get these three things in the context of mine and your Christmas, my prayer is this, that God will reveal himself more and more this Christmas time. My prayer is that people come to faith in Jesus Christ. I have given my life to this one thing, to build God's house and see people come to faith. I care little about most of the things. Yeah, I'd like Bolton to win the Champions League. I've prayed about it, but God said, even I can't do that.